It's Suzanne and Tiffany, and it is August ESRN Spotlight. And I have the pleasure of chatting with you today, Tiffany. And I understand that you are the miracle worker that helps people come up to 2023. And I know it's not an easy task to get a generation that never thought that they would be talking like Dick Tracy.
Right?
Right, seriously. And I got to tell you, I've got relatives. I need Tiff, tell us about what miracles you do.
Well, we're talking like the Jetsons did, right? So whoever thought that we'd be, pretty soon we're going to be driving space cars through the road. Tesla's not too far behind. Yeah, I'm Tiffany DePani and I own Social Savvy Seniors. And our mission is to break the barrier and the intimidation that older adults have with technology because it can be life changing, it can be life altering, improving, and just everyday things that you and I might take for granted, that the younger generations definitely take for granted, about and getting them not only equipped with the technology, but getting comfortable with the technology so that they can use it to really empower themselves.
Well, also, I want to add to that, and I love this topic because I can really relate to it. The kids don't want to teach, they don't have the patience to teach their parents. And I'm telling you, I don't know how they survive. So, how do you bridge this gap?
It's interesting, right? That sometimes we have least patience with people that are closer to us. And you're right, because they say, well, my grandkids just, there's a different way of teaching and showing somebody something when you can know a topic or a subject so well, but sometimes you just can't relay it, right? Sometimes we can't teach it. Not all of us are teachers. I come from a education background. My mom was a teacher. I have taught myself in the education system, but dealing with an older generation that this topic is not what we consider innate, right? So it's not something that comes naturally. They're not what we consider the younger generations as digital natives. So this is something, it's a foreign language, not only just the devices itself, but the terms, the lingo. It's incorporated into our everyday vocabulary when just jump on Google, or do you have an Alexa, or Siri. So it's really just become a part of our life and ingrained into it, but it is a different language. So it's really about taking the time. It by no means is the older generation incompetent to the fact where they can't master what they need to know. But the boomer and traditionalist generations, it was so ingrained to them to be jacks of all trades and really like know everything about everything, that sometimes they just feel like, oh, well, I don't know about this and I don't know about that. But what we try to preach to them is, you don't need to know everything about everything. You just need to know what you need to know. You don't need, and I think a lot of our family members just try to throw everything at them. Oh, you need this and you need that, and this is cool and that's cool. But grandma doesn't really need that. Auntie doesn't really need that. She needs what she needs. And so that's where our personalization of our lessons come in, because I can walk into a house and say, you would really benefit from an Alexa in this room, or how about a camera in this room, or some other helpful tips for them as to how it's really going to help them personally.
Mhm.
And taking the time, patience, like you said, taking the time of my quick tips of just working with this generation is not biting off more you can chew. So we
Mhm.
work in small time frames. So we do no more than our lessons, even though they'll come with like a 3-page list of everything they want to do,
Yes.
but they get overwhelmed, right? So it's not that they can't learn it. It's just sometimes it takes a little bit longer to learn it. And it takes practice and it takes that comfort level. So we'll work a little bit with them, get them like to master 1 or 2 little things. And then that self-achievement that they have, makes them want to do the next thing. It makes them want to learn more, and it gives them the confidence that they can do it because they haven't tried to bite off more than they can chew. And then it's really just practice, practice, practice to increase that comfort level. And then we make little tech monsters out of them.
Well, but also you must work with the larger companies in making it easier and working and bridging the gap between people and the companies to find a happy medium.
Right. So as I've been working with this population, especially after the pandemic, it's really become a systematic problem because I can, and myself and my team can be in the grassroots with the consumers of many brands, right? Whether it be leisure, hospitality, groceries, just household goods, travel. I can be working with these consumers. But if the businesses that are providing these services and providing these products, if they aren't recognizing the needs that the older population needs to utilize their products and services to the best of their ability, then there's really not much we can do at the bottom. So if a restaurant continues to keep giving QR codes to an early bird dinner, right? Which that cracks me up, Suzanne. Let's have our early bird specials, which is what? It's targeted to the older consumer, right?
That's when they eat dinner. It's from 4:30 to 6.
Right.
Okay. And that's when they come and eat dinner.
And I'm totally guilty of that sometimes too. But but I've been to early bird dinners, this is how I know it, that are giving QR codes for menus. Like, just blows my mind that there's such a disconnect with these companies that are serving our senior population, but are not understanding how best to attract them, how best to find them, how best to market to them, how best to service them. Because in the end, you're going to lose them.
Oh,
And it's just, and how much more money does it cost a business to attain new clients versus retain existing clients? It's about 5 to 6 times more on the low end. So yeah, they might say, oh, well, we'll just lose a few here and there. Okay, but you've lost profits and now you're spending more to bring more in. So really it's a lose-lose all around.
well, and no offense, but we do live in Southern Florida.
Yeah.
And Southern Florida is also probably the largest populations of over 55 in most of the United States. So what you're working with is huge, because bridging that gap, and you can't upset that community whatsoever. It could be devastating.
No. And they're a very loyal community. The boomer and this traditionalists, they are loyal to brands, they are loyal to services. It takes a lot to get them away from a brand or a service, but once you lose them, you're not getting them back because they'll forgive you, but they won't forget you. And it's really, like you touched on it, like South Florida, we are such a unique market. I have a marketing company as well. My background is corporate marketing, business marketing, and it blows my mind and just flabbergasts me at some companies and businesses that cater to this market, but use other businesses from California or Wyoming or New York that don't understand our market. We are so down here because we are from a older generation predominantly. I think Palm Beach County alone, the population is well over 20% is 65 or older. And then you're getting people from all over the country and the world. So you're not only just getting the generational age differences, but you're getting the generational cultural differences. And the other parts of the country, they just don't get it. So, it's really, we need to be up there, Suzanne, kind of knocking on their doors and saying, what
We
don't
do.
you get about this? And so you're right. If we don't solve it from the top and start working with those businesses on how to really attract, serve, and retain this demographic, we're going to have a huge problem down the road, or at least those businesses are going to have a really large problem down the road because they're going to fall into, I'm not only losing clients, but it's costing me 5 times more to get them back.
Where it could be so simple, where we could bridge the gap between what they're doing in a cost-effective way, but also utilizing technology and the seniors and everyone. We are so thrilled that Tiffany is Vice President of Social Media and PR for ESRN. You can tell she's perfect at this. Tiffany, thank you so much. Always
Thank
love
you.
with you and learning the amazing work you do. And again, it's Tiffany and Suzanne, August, ESRN Spotlight.